Your President William Ruto has never been a professional, therefore he does not know how to run a country. Only President William Ruto is a professional of nothing. What am I trying to say? The first president, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, worked as a Nairobi water meter reader. That's why he earned his first coin. The second president, Moi, earned his coin as a teacher in Kabartonjo. The third president, right?
Yeah.
Mwai, but he was an economist. He taught economics in Makerere University. The fourth president worked in KCB. That's Uhuru Kenyatta. Tell me where Ruto worked apart from politics. So he only knows one prescription: politics. That should treat everything. But Kenyan problem is only economic.
Welcome back once again to Bonita Media. Call me Boniface Owino, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. Now, I'm very glad to have Professor Fred Ogola here. Majority of you knows him. I think this is the second interview that we are doing with him under Bonita Media. Now, I want to give him a little bit of time, something like a minute or two, to tell us how he has been all these days since we left each other, and then we come back so we can get into our discussion. Prof.
Yes.
Asante. Second time?
Second time in Bonita Media.
Yeah.
As someone who knows Spanish, Bonita is female, Bonito is male.
Is male.
So I don't know whether this media station is female or male.
Beautiful.
I've been well. We've been through a lot of things.
Okay.
We've gone through a lot of tear gas on 25th of June, a lot of death, and the government is underreporting. Even the commission, Kenya National Commission on Human Rights also underreporting. The truth of the ground is that many people have lost their lives, a lot of property damage. No one is happy about it. Remember, Mandamano people go as a last resort. Yesterday was the craziest days ever. And they say that one life is a life too many. So, in fact, if it's life too many, so it's just too many times the ones we've lost. So it's a very sad reality to come through. And actually, I can say overwhelmed. But I'm also happy there is a real hope. I was known as the People's Commissioner under the People's Restorative Justice Commission, and we begin work, and we believe that our contribution will define the history on how these things go, because we also collecting our information. We have so many people on site. We don't, what we are doing, no one does do too much in the media, but it's about delivering, so we can have a lot of information. We are going to issue reports on the 25th of June, what happened, what actually happened, and what is said to have happened. We're also going to issue a statement on Sabasaba, what happened, and what is said to have happened, so that Kenyans can know what is the truth and what is the truth being told to Kenyans that they want Kenyans to believe, which is the opposite. And I want to say that we are very serious people, like the leadership of Justin Muturi, former Attorney General, former CS, former magistrate. People don't know how much that man has worked. Even he was a magistrate, I'm sure you have never known.
I've never known.
So if you listen to him, you want to listen and listen. I'm sure being speaker, he was not speaking much, because a speaker doesn't mean you speak. The speaker means you listen. So he listens a lot. And I think that Kenyans need a leader who listens to them.
Now, just before that, there is this statement that I would like you to at least talk about it in 1 or 2 minutes. The issue of, the current politicians, they talk about politics mbele, uchumi nyuma. But being that I know you are a very good economist, I think your narrative should be uchumi mbele, siasa nyuma. Or what is it?
Actually, the legacy politicians began this journey by thinking that it is only after we solve the political problem that we can solve the economic problem. But I don't blame them, because if you're a shoe shiner, when you see someone walking on the street, you don't look at their hair, you look at their shoe. So a politician sees everything from political lens. But me, I'm an economist, and I believe that until we solve the economic problem, there will be no political stability. But politicians, legacy politicians, or what Willie Sotieno called legendary politicians, sees that we need to fix the political problem before fixing the economic problem, and does not work. Tell me any country which is poor, and I will tell you a company which is politically unstable. Look at the leading economies in the world. China, the US, Japan, Korea, Germany. Do you see any economic instability there?
No.
Do you see any political instability?
No.
But choose the poorest countries in the world. Start with Somalia. Go to DRC. Go to Juba. Go to Sudan. They are among the poorest countries. Even go to countries in South America. Go to Haiti. So there is a correlation between economic development and national development, and therefore political development. So some people say it's a chicken and the egg. I don't believe on that chicken and egg dilemma. It is only when Singapore became economically stable that they became politically stable. But forget about politics, go to the family. Tell me an economically stable family, and I'll tell you a family where there's marriage stability. If you go to the upper class, though divorces are many, more than in the lower class, but any marriage is stable.
Yeah.
Someone can leave, if you see there's an abuse, you can leave your husband and go to another marriage and you are still okay. You saw even Gracia Machel, isn't it? Was a wife to who? Samora Machel. And then she married Mandela. She was the first lady in two countries. But the both marriages were stable when she was in them. So when you have an economic infrastructure, your choices are broad, and therefore no one can live. But if you go to where people are poor, they live in abusive relationships for too long. So in Kenya, because Kenyans are poor, they're living in abusive relationship between them and their leaders, them and the MCA, them and the senator and women rep and governor, MP and president. So when we believe that economy should be ahead, economy is the one that takes care of the politics as well. Because if you're an MP, for example, they tell you they want to fix politics first. If you're an MP and your salary is about 1 million, and all your constituents, their salaries are only 2% of your salary, how can you be happy in such a constituency? Even you need security in your country. You are going to your home area and you carry even Baghdad boys and boys from Kondele to protect you. But if you go to an area where the people are economically secure, no one suffers. You've seen people saying that the president of Norway rides a bicycle. The president of Holland rides a bicycle. So try to ride a bicycle in your village. Even you are not a president. You will see what will happen to you. So we believe that Kenyan economy needs to fix first. Another reason why I believe that we must have uchumi mbele siasa nyuma is that when there is economic well-being, you will find that people don't care too much about politics, and people focus on the economy. Like when you saw that the opposition was doing tour of Western Kenya on Friday or Thursday, weekday, and all the roads were packed. What are those people doing? They are doing what I call time spent on poverty. Time spent on poverty is where politics becomes too much. Why Kenyans talk a lot of politics is they have nothing else to talk about. Because you can't talk about your husband because he has no money.
He has no money.
And you are suffering at home. You can't talk about your kids because they have no school fees, they have no jobs. But where kids are, if your son was in the US, another one was in Sweden, another one is a minister, another one is a CEO. You have a lot to talk about, which are economic. But if your kids, all of them, Ngene, Suya, Lipigwa, Risasi, and this one, I don't know, was abducted, then that one has no school fees. That one is dating a girlfriend who, I don't know, is taking a bang. So you realize that you're only discussing problems. Then because you don't want to discuss, you don't start discussing about Raila Odinga, you discuss about Kalonzo Musyoka, you discuss about William Ruto, you discuss about Gachagua, because your own issues you can't talk about, they are too painful. Go to social media and tell me how many people are talking about themselves, especially saying the truth about themselves.
Very few.
Very few. And that's what I'm saying, that when we focus on the economy first, the economy is that holds politics first. Why? When you make political promises, they are delivered economically.
Yeah.
So if the economy is suffering, how do you keep your political promises? As a husband, if your economy is bad, all promises you made your wife are irrelevant. You'll be the happiest woman. She has no lunch. How can the happiest woman in the world go to bed with no food? She'll be the happiest woman. She has no money for salon, isn't it? How will she be happy? You'll be the happiest woman. When she goes to her wardrobe, she's spending 30 minutes thinking how she's going to dress to go to church. Then you say, the father says you must go to church, but there are no shoes. So, I mean, there must be real economic growth so that we can talk about politics, and I believe that does not happen. Where did it start? We had Mzungu in this country in terms of colonial masters.
Yeah.
Tukasema Mau was a political statement, but was not, it was actually economic statement. Mau has both political and economic statements. But the end game was economic. Listen, Mzungu aende Ulaya, Mwafrika apate uhuru. Well, why did they want uhuru? They wanted to take back their land, produce with the land, offer jobs to their kids and their grandchildren. But for us, we took that Mwafrika was supposed to rule us. And we ended up at ruling, not delivering. They say when it's raining bonfires, when you sit under the tree, it is a momentary relief. If you make the tree your house, all of a sudden, water will come from everywhere. And you'll have to run out of the tree. So for us tuliingia chini ya mti, tukadhani ya kuwa, tukuna kivuli. Kumbe, it was just a matter of time before the trees absorb enough water. Now we are back there. So, Mwafrika alifaa apate uhuru, afanye nini na uhuru? So we were supposed to get independence, do what with it? It was supposed to feed ourselves. It was supposed to create jobs for people. It was about to build the economy. So then when we failed, we got Kenyatta as the president. He didn't deliver that, of course, for reasons known to himself. There are some things he did, there are some things he didn't do. Then Moi came in. Then we said, now Moi must go so that we can deliver the economy. Kibaki came in, he tried his part, but still there are some things which were not addressed, and then politics became too much that Kibaki could not work. Then now we had Uhuru coming in. So we have never fixed the economic problem, which should be the fundamental reason why you are a leader. It's not supposed to be leadership to be an end in itself. Leadership is not an end in itself. Jesus came to this world to save the world. So it was not about Jesus being the Messiah. But the salvation was the end game to Jesus' game. The ultimate aim was to hang on the cross and deliver the people back to God. Muhammad came. Muhammad's end game was to deliver souls to heaven. But if Muhammad came and was known as a prophet, but then there was no delivery, then it was not meaningful. So the economy must be the end game, not the economy to be an end in itself. That's why we believe uchumi mbele, siasa nyuma. Siasa should only work to the extent that is building the economy. So now listen to all politicians in independence. Ukiangalia siasa ya Moi, uangalia siasa ya Kibaki, uangalia siasa ya Uhuru, uangalia siasa ya Kenyatta, uangalia siasa ya Ruto. Ni siasa ambayo inaleta uchumi. I can only point one person that I know clearly that Kibaki was concerned about the economy, and though politics was important to him, but politics was not primary to his end game, and that's why we reach where we are.
Now, Prof, we've had two serious events in this country. The June 25th, that is, it was like a remembrance, an anniversary for the people that lost their lives last year. And then we also had the Sabasaba. So after all these things have happened, you as a person who sits down and analyzes things, can you tell us which way Kenya is going to take?
Yeah, I think, Boniface, this is a moment. In moments like this, we need to think more heroic. I don't want to point fingers on anybody. I don't want blame game, but I want to tell you exactly what Kenya wants. Kenya is at a moment where we have to do a turning point and forget about blame games, know which camp where you are and all those things. Kenya needs a transitional government, simply said, because I believe that Kenya needs a leadership or administration that listens to them. The fact that Kenyans are poor doesn't mean they don't know what to do. But we have a leadership that speaks at them. We have a leadership or administration that wants more power to plunder more money and to suppress Kenyans. We have an administration that has a political hammer, therefore everything is a nail. Yeah. So everything must be hammered to submission. So whether you say you are hungry, you are hammered until you say, I'm now satisfied. If you are sick, you are hammered until you say, now I'm okay. If you feel your rights are infringed, you have to be hammered until you say, I'm a free man. How can you hammer somebody until they say they are free? So what I'm trying to say is that we have reached that point. Secondly, we've reached a point whereby the current administration are not in touch with what Kenyans are feeling. They don't listen to them, and we are calling for what's called shepherd leadership. Why shepherd? Jesus says in the story of the Good Shepherd that my sheep knows me, they know my voice, they listen to me, I listen to them. They know my smell, I know my smell. That's why, if you look at the analogy of the sheep, why Jesus used the sheep, not the goat. When a lamb is nearing the sheep pen, normally the sheep has smelled that is a lion or a leopard. You hear them make noise and run around. But if the shepherd comes around, you see them coming next to the entrance. They know either food is coming or we are being open food to go and eat. But when a lamb is nearing or a leopard is nearing the sheep pen, the sheep are running away because they're under attack. So the current administration we have looks like the lion. They look like the leopard. When they come near you, when you hear the president is visiting your village, are you coming close to meet him or you are running away? You see they hit somebody dead in Embu. Just yesterday, isn't it? They hit somebody dead on Ngong Road. Whenever they come, they want to suppress people's voices. They want either give you money so that you can submit, or they beat you up, then you can submit. So that is not the leadership Kenya wants. Again, we are approaching an election, and we are realizing that given the fact that IBC has really been compromised, that's why we are in court, that's why they have not been sworn in. At the same time, this administration has squandered so much money, they can use that money to subvert the sovereign will of Kenyans, and we can't go to an election whereby there's money, actually unclean money, to subvert the sovereign power of the people. At the same time, we are the referee who can be trusted. So according to us, to avoid us deteriorating further as a nation, I would urge the president and appeal to him as a human being. My brother, Mr. President, accept the 2.5 years you've been president, and I call that half term, in exchange for amnesty for the crimes committed against humanity, which are actually prosecutable at the ICC. And I think that the commission will be looking for how to prepare this file for ICC. I'm talking very cleanly with them. They are looking at it. I'm not saying they are going to do, but they are looking at how much evidence can they gather, secure witnesses and the rest, work with other organizations and entities, I don't want to mention them, to find how exactly can we present this file to ICC. But the only way Ruto can accept this is by accepting a half term in exchange for this amnesty of economic crimes and human rights crimes. And I know, Boniface, the second question that comes here clearly is that does the Constitution of Kenya give you provisions for the so-called transition government? Jesus again said that the law was made for man, not man for the law. That's why Jesus broke the law of the Sabbath, to help remove to help
heal
somebody.
Yeah.
And give the analogy: if your cow enters in a hole, would you not take the cow out just because it's Sabbath? So sisi kama Wajaluo tunasema thuolo donjiko, which means the snake has entered inside the gourd, which is having milk.
Yeah.
So you have to lose one. Either you lose the milk or the gourd.
The gourd.
And actually you lose both.
Because you have to break it.
Yeah. Or you let the snake continue staying there forever and forget about your gourd and the milk.
Throw it away.
Yeah. You won't even throw it because the snake is there. So now the snake has entered in the Kenyan gourd. So what we look for, there is what we call the doctrine of necessity. The doctrine of necessity is what Jesus preached in this story of the Sabbath. That now we are facing a national crisis that can actually derail the whole country. That even the constitution will exist. It's called the Constitution of Kenya 2010, but there is no Kenya. So why should we protect the constitution at the expense of Kenya? Between Kenya and the constitution, which one is more precious?
Kenya is more
So we are having a government that has a threat to the national security, which means the country itself. So for this matter, we call for what's called doctrine of necessity. But there's a precedent who was used before. Boniface, in the year 2007, Kenyans were facing post-election violence.
Yeah.
And we are gliding into anarchy. We were actually becoming a banana republic. We invoked that doctrine and formed what's called the National Accord. Where was the National Accord in the Constitution? Was there anything called Grand Coalition in the Constitution?
No.
So why did we have it? It was because of necessity. We move now to 2022, when Raila Odinga contested the presidential election and said he wants the server to open. So opening the server was harder than actually accepting the broad-based, the NADCO. So we brought in the NADCO, isn't it? So that's another doctrine of what? Necessity. So we brought NADCO. Are there a provision for NADCO in the Constitution?
No.
So why did you accept NADCO? Then we accepted the National Accord. But now we have another animal called broad-based. Now broad-based is totally nowhere. At least NADCO was passed in Parliament, and Accord was passed in Parliament, and broad-based was not passed in Parliament. People just met in KCC and said broad-based. And now we're having a broad-based government, which actually is unconstitutional. Because the Constitution of Kenya 2010 doesn't recognize anything called broad-based. We have the government of Kenya. The founding father of the nation, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, give him some respect. He talked about VOK, Voice of Kenya. That is how the media station was called. That was the voice of Kenya. Then he brought something called GOK, Government of Kenya. So he never called government of Jomo Kenyatta.
And they never called it the government?
No, it was GOK. So even if you don't respect that old man, let us respect old people. There's some wisdom they have. I know Gen Zs, we know so much, but I also give respect to them. He called it GOK, Government of Kenya. So Government of Kenya is constitutional. Kenya Kwanza government is unconstitutional because there is no constitutional provision for it. Don't even call it Ruto government. There is nothing in the constitution called Ruto government. We have the government of Kenya, GOK. And that's why even government vehicles are called GK. The O is not there, but the O is silent, isn't it? Why don't you call those vehicles broad-based government vehicles? Why are they not called KK
government
vehicles? KK, you understand? They're just called GK, GOK. So let's accept that what unites Kenya is also our language. Let's call this government of Kenya. You may not like the government, it's the government of Kenya. That's how it is. And let's not further this discussion further by calling these names. So the transition government can be brought by necessity. And what is important is that if we go to an election with this kind of arrangement, people are going to reject the election and the country will descend into anarchy, and we might not have the country. So to give privilege to this, let's form the transitional government. we can call some eminent Kenyans to hold the government in trust as we wait for a transition government, which can now, can be given just one role, prepare for election and strengthen the institutions like the ones in Chapter 15 of the Constitution, independent institutions and commissions, ensure that there's free and fair election, so that we begin 2027 with the president elected and contested with both legal and social legitimacy. This for me is the way forward.
And Prof, another question, a quick one. Looking at the way the demonstrations were happening, I realized something, that these demonstrations, most of them are not taking place in, I don't know whether I should just call it former Raila Odinga strongholds. And most of them were happening, okay, in places where Raila Odinga was getting a lot of votes. Let us put it that way. And you find that they were happening in these places where people were not supporting. I think you understand what I'm asking. Where Raila wasn't supported like fully. What is really going on?
I think deception. Yeah, Mount Kenya is being told they are not in government, and Nyanza or Raila stronghold are being told they are in government. But both sides are being deceived. Bonwi, I think you must remember an analogy I told you before. That there are two people who lied to each other. But one lie came out, then the second lie will come at the end. Ruto and Raila met, and Ruto told Raila, I will take you to AU. Isn't it? I remember the
I remember.
Then Raila told Ruto, I will give you my stronghold. Isn't it? Now, then when AU moment came, which I predicted earlier, Raila lost, isn't it? Which means Ruto promised Raila what he can't give.
What he can't give.
Now Raila is promising Ruto what he can't give. Raila is promising Ruto that he can give him his base. It's impossible.
I'll give you my people.
Yes, I know your wife might love you, but you cannot promise someone that you can deliver your wife to them. Because the love that your wife gives you cannot transfer that love to somebody else. So
it's impossible.
It is what it is. But deception is the case because Mount Kenya is being told they are not in government. But you know they are in government.
They are.
And you know Luos are being told that they are in government. And you know they are not in government.
They are not in government.
And numbers don't lie. I'm an economist. Do you want? Do you want to try me? I'll give you the numbers.
We can just try.
How many CSS come from Nyanza?
CSS Nyanza. There are 3.
3?
Yeah.
There are 2, but 1 Attorney General.
There are 1 Attorney General.
So let's say there are 3.
Yeah, there are 3.
In the cabinet.
Yeah.
Because Attorney General is an ex-official in the cabinet, isn't it? How many PS come from Nyanza?
Yeah, they 2. 2.
PS Omolo and Olonga.
And Olonga.
Oluga.
Oluga, yeah.
Those are 2, isn't it? In Mount Kenya, how many CSS are in government?
So many.
8. Isn't it? How many PSs come from Mount Kenya? 18.
18.
Yeah, so who is in government?
Mount Kenya.
So, the truth is deception. And Raila and Ruto are masters of deception. How they are managing to deceive people, you know. Ruto told people he's a hustler, isn't it? Whom is he?
He's not even a hustler. He's not even in that.
He's the wealthiest person in the country.
Yeah, in the country.
Alive.
Yeah. Wealthiest person alive.
Yes.
Saying he's a hustler.
Yeah. Raila has been saying he speaks for the poor, isn't it? Who is the richest person in Kenya now? Raila. Yeah. Raila says even people donate money for him, isn't it? During election, wakina mama
you have to send.
Or send.
Yeah.
So those are masters of deception. But they are good people anyway. I don't have a problem with them. I'm just saying they are managed to, and to deceive people is not easy. So they are masters of deception, which is good in politics for politicians. Me, I'm not a legal, me, I'm an economist. So imagine, for me, as an economist, I can see clearly that Mount Kenya is in government and the Luo Nyanza is not in government. So why this is happening, that Mount Kenya are thinking they're not in government, so they should ban everything about government. That's why they are banning some places. But at the same time, there are 2 things in that area. Their government wants to create the perception, as I told masters of perception, that Kikuyus are banning the country. So they are banning the country on behalf of Kikuyus, so that the masters of deception can keep us knowing that Kikuyus are not in government, so they should ban the country, and it's justifiable they are not in government because that's the case.
So let me make me understand something here. The government might be doing this thing,
Yeah.
and then now they say that Kikuyus are doing this because they feel they're not in government.
Yes.
Yet Kikuyus are not even the one doing this.
So what they have done, they have created perception among the Kikuyus they are not in government. So they are angry. But naturally Kikuyus don't ban. No. Let me give you an example. Do you think a Kikuyu can ban a supermarket where there's bread, there's sugar?
They can't, Prof, they can't.
So they would rather lift the shop.
They can't, you rather leave the shop.
Yeah, so that has been banned by government. Because if you're a protester from Mount Kenya, what is the end game in banning a supermarket? It's only someone paid by the government. Where the end game is his paycheck.
Yeah, your paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you can't tell me that you just wake up in the morning, you've been buying in this supermarket, and then you wake up in the morning, go and buy that supermarket.
It never happened during the post-election violence.
It never happened.
I was in Magongo. And when Raila protested the elections, the Luos wanted to ban the shops and the hospitals owned by the Kikuyus. So I was standing in one of the hospitals in Magongo called Muranga, and I asked them, guys, when you are sick and you don't have a coin, and this woman from Meru has Panadols, can you call Raila to order Panadols for you? And they said no. How many times have this woman given you Panadol for free? They said severally. Go back to your house. They accepted that. It is a conversation.
As simple as that.
Yeah.
A direct conversation.
Yes. And it is true and honest. So I saw them banning Magunas. Isn't it? You saw Magunas on fire.
Yeah.
Magunas is owned by somebody I know. I've even done work for that company as a strategic consultant. My heart bleeds because that's a Kikuyu company that gave me work to do for them, not in political terms, but in terms of professionalism. So how do I feel when they are banning that Kikuyu's farm?
So
and I make a Luo.
So bad.
And that Magunas, if you go there, most of the tellers are Luyas, Kikuyus, Luos, Kalenjins.
They employ all tribes. They are not like Kikuyus wanafanya.
But in Magunas in Mount Kenya region predominantly employs Kikuyus. How will Kikuyus ban it?
It's difficult.
Bon, let me take you back to history. I'm sorry you provoked me. Do you know in 2007 election, in Kisumu town, no single bank branch belonging to Equity Bank was touched. Do you know why? Equity Bank has given Luos loans. So most of the businessmen and women in Kisumu, Homa Bay, Migori, Siaya, borrow money from Equity Bank. Which bank gives them loans? KCB is a government bank, more or less, isn't it? Do you qualify for a loan in KCB?
I don't know. I don't know how to qualify.
For me, as Fred Ogola, when I began my career doing my MBA, I got funding to do my MBA in Catholic University. Full funding from tuition to mark for 2 years. Check one stroke. Let me say it was around 2.1 million shillings. That was in the year 2006. How much was that money? Before that, I've never had bank account. No, somebody has given me a check for 1 million and you have no bank account. So I went to Barclays Bank and asked them, please, can you open for me account? Tell me, Fred, where do you work? I said, no, I'm not working, but I have money. Said, forget about it. So Barclays Bank turned me down, KCB turned me down, Stanchart, and Equity Bank told me, you don't have a bank account. Yes. You have someone to support you. Yes. Go bring your ID. It is Equity Bank that opened for me the bank account that I had. And then the check was taken to Equity Bank. And then for that matter, I started school fees. Do you know how much I feel about Equity Bank? I love them. I'm in love with them. Do I care whether they are owned by James Mwangi?
No.
Do I care about which tribe owns it?
No.
I care about the bank.
Services they give.
And that's why in Kisumu, they burnt down KCB. Go check 207. They burnt down KCB, but they never touched Equity Bank. So I don't feel why Kikuyus can ban a Magunas supermarket, and even no sugar is stolen. I don't understand. You can convince me later. Even me, if you give me a contract to ban Maguna supermarket, I will first go look for to take out everything. It's when I ban it. Because what is the end game?
Yeah.
But if you are paying me $1 million, then I can ban it because I have 1 million. Then I can buy anything I want. So let's be honest. If a police station was a symbol of national unity, if a police station was a symbol of security, who will ban it? Do you know when I was growing up, my father used to tell me, Fred, if you misbehave, I'll talk to the OCS, my friend. They lock you for 1 week, then I come for you later, then you learn manners. Or you eat maragwe. Simple. I used to know my father can do it, isn't it? But now I cannot be threatened because my father can't do it, because I'll be dead.
Yeah, you'll be dead.
If 24 hours they killed Ojwang in a cell, who will stay for longer? My father can't even risk it.
Can't.
So police station is now seen as an aggression. That's why the Gen Zs in Homa Bay burned down Mawego, because for them they see insecurity inside the cell. They don't see security. So what the government needs to do is to bring back that picture. Now when they use goons to burn properties and show Kikuyus that they're ones burning it and cameras are there. And let me tell the government one thing they don't know. Maybe they have intelligence but they don't use it. The phone penetration in Kenya is 138%, meaning that out of the 56 million Kenyans, each of them own more than one phone. That means that we have 177 million phones in Kenya, while the population is 56 million. Which means, wherever there's one person,
there are 2 phones.
No, wherever there are 3 people,
6.
There are 6 phones. So for that matter, you cannot be able to do anything without someone recording you. Boniface, I'm telling you, even today when your wife is angry with you, just make peace. If you slap her, you'll see it in the social media. Because in that house, even your housewife can record you. Your sister-in-law can record you. So in this your house, if in this my house we live 7 people, you must know they're around I don't want to say because people come from my house, but I'm sure there are some phones here. So in short, that's not true. What we are seeing is just that there's a deception, and the government is funding that deception and financing it, and NIS has money to capitalize on it. You know, NIS got money which is not audited. In Nyanza, they are being deceived. They're in government, they are not. That's why you see, and Luos have been taught. We are doing a lot of civic education among professionals. We're using social media to talk to them, not mainstream media, because mainstream these buggers have what. We're using our own media, digital media, talking to people one-on-one. Sometimes we get a chance talking to Amogi Radio, Mayenga Radio, to talk to them and tell them, let us approach dissent differently. Instead of going to burn a tire, go and get your ID. Instead of burning tires and shouting, go and get the voter registration. Then instead of spending the whole night, 24 hours in Homa Bay Stadium, go and spend the whole night in the polling station. And vote in the right MCA, the right senator, MP, women rep, governor, and the president.
Very important.
Once you do that,
you are done.
It will be 5 years smooth. But if you make a mistake of spending 24 hours in a stadium and not voting, you'll again spend 5 years in demonstration. So choose one. Spend 24 hours in a polling station and get the right leader, or spend 5 years in demos. Which one is easy?
Choose the right leader.
Then secondly, I want to tell all Kenyans, let us do strategic fasting. If you eat on the day of election and vote in the wrong leader, you'll be hungry for 5 years. But if you're hungry for 1 day and vote the right leader, you'll be fed up. Is it? You'll be fed. You'll be full. You'll be well fed. Well fed for 5 years. So do you want 5 years of being well fed, or you want to be well fed for 1 day, and then be on demonstration for 5 years? The choice is yours.
Prof, I was reading this your Solomonic economics book,
Yes.
And on page 116, there is something that I got really caught my attention. I would like you to talk about it for a minute or two before you wind up, because we're winding up. Page 116, for those who have this book, by the way, it's a very nice book. I've read it quite severally. The second paragraph is saying this, that instead of viewing the youth as a problem, can the growing youth population not to be an asset? It is like a question.
Yeah, no, the thing is, this has just come to my mind, by the way, as I read that. There's a joke I saw on social media where there is a pastor who told his Christians that next Sunday we want to pray over our problems. So when you come with your problem, we pray over it. Then somebody came with nothing. So the father, what have you brought? Then he carried his wife. So somebody thinks that his wife is the problem, isn't it? That person is lost. So the way you define something determines what is your strategy to deal with it. If you look at all the comments that are being made by politicians, they have even said youth is a time bomb, isn't it? Yeah. So if the youth is a time bomb, what is your strategy to deal with it? Actually, if you read further, I give a very serious solution that William Ruto government has done for the youth. They have built police station, and William Ruto went to talk to the PS for Home Affairs to tell him how much land exists for building prisons. So as we sit, Kenyans don't know. You saw that it was revealed the other day that we are building churches in State House.
Yeah, 1
Ruto is building more prisons in preparation for 2027.
There are more prisons being built.
Yeah, more prisons, torture chambers, isn't it? Abduction centers. Even there's a police being trained on how to deal with abductions, disappearance of people. I'm telling you what he's doing. So because he sees youth as a problem, he's preparing how to jail them, how to abduct them, how to torture them, how to kill them, how to reduce the youth population. Because we are talking about population youth budge, isn't it? For him, that is a problem. So what do you deal with it by killing him? So he's killing the youth bulge, the youth population growth. That is his enemy number one, isn't it? But I'm saying this youth population bulge is not something new to Kenya. Remember, Kenya is emerging economy, so all problems which have taken place in developed countries are now coming to Kenya. For example, education that everybody seems to be educated took place in Japan some time back, South Korea, Singapore. People falsely said that Kenya should be ahead of Singapore in development. I can tell you that's a wrong analogy. Read the book. People say that Kenya was ahead of Singapore at independence, but ahead of Kenya in terms of what? In terms of GDP, isn't it? But GDP is a factor of population as well. It is only because Singapore had a small population that Kenya was bigger in GDP, purchasing power terms, PPP terms, isn't it? But Singapore had a more educated population than Kenya at independence. Go and look at literacy rate in the year 1963, compare Kenya and Singapore. Singapore was ahead of Kenya. So it was a country ready to take off. You understand? Let's take, for example, we can all be in JKIA, isn't it? You are a plane, I'm a plane. My plane is moving at 200 kilometers per hour and yours is at the parking. So do you think we're going to reach London at the same time? No. Because once mine has hit 360,000 kilometers per hour, 360 kilometers per hour takes off. So Singapore was destined to take off. But for us, we are still taxiing, we are still packing the food, we are still looking for who is the cabin crew, we are still looking who is the pilot, which constitution do we need to use, which economic model. Jomo Kenyatta says it is capitalism, Jaramogi says it's socialism, someone proposes communism. We were still all over the place, but Singapore knew where they were going. They are the educated population. We are still looking for how even to finance our education, our healthcare. So basically, they were destined to take off. For us, we were still taxing. So I'm saying that when you see the youth as an asset, you see how to use it differently. So, what is the youth asset? Sports is what has made the UK economy, isn't it? Yet we have talented young people in football, in athletics, in baseball, in catchball, isn't it? Rugby. Rugby in Kenya competes with zero budget from the government, isn't it? Athletics is rocking the world with no investment, isn't it? Music, arts. Look at how Kenyan Gen Zs have gone to AI and they can do anything.
Yeah, they can do anything.
They can even create a wife for you and do for you a wedding and give you a wedding ring tomorrow. Isn't it?
Yeah.
With AI, just with their phone. And they have not been taken to study in the US. They are here. Look at Ndiangui. He came with a program for June 25th, isn't it? When we are going to hang the president. I was also going to attend the ceremony by the way.
Also hanging.
When you have such a gifted youth, why are you seeing them as a problem? Yet we have Kenyan problem that needs young people who are creative. One, she. You go to India to talk to Adani to develop for us a Kenyan software and pay them 104 billion. Now, who gave Ndiangui any money to do what he did?
No one. Just sat down with his computer.
Kibet the bull?
With his computer.
So if I'm the president and I said, hey, Ndiangui bwana, hey, umenichora mpaka na kwa hang. We Kibet, umeniweka kwa sanduku. You call these young people and tell them, okay, I'm giving you 2 billion shillings. SHA is a problem. Sort it out.
Sort it out.
What's the answer?
They will sort it.
Isn't
Because they know after sorting it, it will also help them.
Education funding model. You bring this and tell guys, me, I don't know how this thing works. How do you want your help to improve? I'm giving a budget of 20 million. I'm giving you 2 months. Put up a team. I'll give you an office somewhere which is wasting time, where people are just receiving briberies in government offices. Bribery offices. Do you know government offices are scene of crimes?
Yeah.
Isn't it? So put these guys there. They'll come with a problem. Healthcare is a problem, isn't it? Education, they will come with it. That's what happened in Japan. That's what Singapore did. That's what happens in South Korea. That's what happens in the US, in China as well.
Yeah.
But for us, our CS, ICT was born before computer. Yeah. BBC.
Born before
Computer is. So what does he know? Go and ask Kabogo. Give him a test. Let's do it.
Let us do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Live. He won't.
He doesn't even know tweet.
No, he does not know how to do it. You tell him, let's go to your TikTok. Can you post a video on TikTok? Zero.
Can you edit a video?
No, they don't know. What is editing a video? Is it deleting? So what I'm trying to say is that that's the problem. While Rwanda is taking off so well. By the way, the president of Rwanda bought so many copies of this book and gave them to each and every minister in Rwanda. And I gave a talk to them, and they're building Global Financial Center in Kigali. The CEO is my former student. You get me? While I've written this book, then there is no university in Kenya that can allow me to launch it because they say it's a political book. Are you seeing the problem? They see Fred Ogola as youthful professor as a problem, isn't it? My book is political. Is Solomonic economics political?
There's nothing connected with politics.
You've read this book.
I've
Is it
read
political?
It. No, it's not.
It's economic, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I can tell you the university, let me be open today. I approached Daystar. They told me I launched the book. They sent me a letter of regret 1 week to the launch, isn't it? There are 3 other universities which refused. I won't mention their names. Why I'm mentioning Daystar is that I can show with email evidence. But these people just went corner alafu wakaenda quiet. Now, only Standard Media gave me their boardroom to launch this book. Then they did it online. Did it live. A Kenyan university do not want a book to be launched in the university. Do we have universities in Kenya?
We don't have.
Because William Ruto is suppressing professional voice. I don't blame the universities. If they allowed me, the university could be in trouble. But in the US, professional voices are being allowed to be heard because they contribute to national development. For us in Kenya, professional voices are seen as activists and politicians. So if you say a bottom-up economic model is wrong because of 1, 2, 3, you are a politician.
You're a politician.
But in Harvard, Harvard critiques the US economy, the Federal Reserve strategy, isn't it? They critique the government's model. Like, for example, Harvard was able to weigh between the manifesto for Kamala Harris and that of Trump. And they said where Trump was beating Kamala Harris. Actually, Trump beat Kamala Harris in most of his economic theory, though after being president, you see now again people are not happy.
Yeah.
And that's typical Americans. Yeah, Americans sometimes just look like a Kenyan husband. Who, a woman is so beautiful, once you have them, then again you start complaining about everything. About them. So I believe that Kenyans, we should not be there. So anyway, that's all.
They're beautiful during seduction. Prof, your last statement as you wind up.
Mine is that, fellow Kenyans, let's put our eyes on the ball. Let us not be distracted by people who come with narratives that cannot salvage the country. We cannot allow, at any time, anything called national dialogue. First of all, it is to buy time. It will take 1 year. NADCO report was generated after 6 months. They'll put some people in Bomas earning commissions and allowances, while the common mwananchi will only be reading in social media what they are doing. They'll entertain you, but entertainment doesn't put bread on the table. The Kenyan problem is one, economic. It cannot be solved by a political solution. A political medicine to an economic problem is misdiagnostic and misprescription. We have enough intellectuals in this country to run this country. Your President William Ruto has never been a professional, therefore he does not know how to run a country. Only President William Ruto is a professional of nothing. Why am I trying to say? The first president, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, worked as a Nairobi water meter reader. That's why he earned his first coin. The second president, Moi, earned his coin as a teacher in Kabartonjo. The third president, right? Yeah. Mwai, but he was an economist. He taught economics in Makerere University. The fourth president worked in KCB. That's Uhuru Kenyatta. Tell me where Ruto worked apart from politics. So he only knows one prescription, politics, that should treat everything. But Kenyan problem is only economic. So I urge you, keep your eyes on the ball. Let economic problem be solved before political problem. That's why I say, uchumi mbele, siasa nyuma.
As we wind up, what I would like to say is this. I want to leave you with two scenarios or two synopsises. Number one, a child who doesn't want his mother or the mother to sleep must make sure that he doesn't sleep. Because if he tries to sleep, the mother will sleep. Another thing is this, that as you walk along the streets without knowing where you are heading to or without knowing your destination, it will force you to sleep along the streets because you don't know where you're going. After all, guys, that is just my thought and that is all I have for today. Until we meet again in the next video, if it is possible, I have been your host, Boniface Ogola. Prof.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would say if you don't know your destination, then you cannot be wrong. Anyway, your destination.
Because you don't know your destination.
Yes, you can